Oh no, the cloud is falling. The sky is dead and everybody is panicking. Picnic, let's go. Google Cloud outages, Spotify, Discord, Snapchat, and more partially down. I woke up this morning and saw like all kinds of stuff and everywhere. This is down. This is down. The internet's falling. Oh no. They say they expect it all to be resolved by 6 p.m. It is 6 p.m. and most things are up though, but Google Cloud, it started around 11 a.m. this morning, 2 p.m. Eastern. So that's like a 4 hour downtime. I bet most people just went home. They just like, oh, I can't work because I'm gonna tell y'all something. When I was a corporate dude, a lot of stuff was still on site. Cloud was very much a new thing. Nowadays, companies are throwing everything. I'm talking like internal development and production. Everything is in the cloud now. Everything. And if they're not in the cloud, they're calling a bunch of cloud stuff. So when the cloud goes down, when I say the cloud, I'm talking about the major services like AWS, Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure. When those things go down, your favorite site likely is going to go down too. That includes Twitch, where we're watching right now. It may not include YouTube, because I think YouTube is a separate thing from Google Cloud. But most of this stuff just goes down, and you have no way of getting your data. This is why this boy right here is like, hey, you need to have physical media. Don't rely on the cloud completely. The cloud should be a second option, not a first option. But the way the industry is going now, the cloud is the first option for everything. So when all this stuff goes down, you can't do nothing. You're sitting there twiddling your thumbs. Spotify, Discord, Snapchat, Etsy, UPS, and OpenAI all experience a high volume of reports on Down Detector, with some informing users of disruptions. Even the Pokemon trading card game and Pokemon Go were down. Chat, don't you touch my Pokemon. Snapchat acknowledged the ongoing issues in the support page. OpenAI posted that users may have trouble logging in. AWS, which is the power behind Twitch, I wonder if Kick had issues. I don't know, because I know Kick uses AWS as well. AWS, Amazon Web Services, also experienced a higher than usual volume of reports on Down Detector during the outage. But Amazon clarified in a statement on the gadget that it had no broad service issues and noted that its AWS excuse me, health dashboard is a better indicator of its current status than Down Detector. Yes, use our tool. Don't use Down Detector. Yes. Um, yeah, so now at the time of this writing, many services are returning to normal operation. So things are kind of back up, but I hope it's got people rethinking like how they should support their services, how to support their businesses. Um, I was a consultant when the cloud was first being widely adopted, and we were even selling it. The company I work for, but I guess I was a terrible salesman because I was a realist. I'm like, listen, you really should have a fallback plan because I was a performance testing specialist and load testing and even functional testing specialist to massive scale, and we hated that term single point of failure. You don't want a single point of failure. A lot of times it's like the authentication or some sort of a spike activity, which is like the single point of failure for a lot of apps. When you say cloud, that in itself is a single point of failure. If the cloud goes down, you fail. If you threw everything on the cloud, you fail. Now, obviously, companies have redundancies, and they're like, okay, we got some stuff on Microsoft, and if that Microsoft goes down, we'll fall back to Google Cloud. If that goes down, we might have a third fallback. Um, but yet and still, you are playing with fire when you solely depend on cloud. I know I might be sounding like an old curmudgeon. Get off my lawn, get off my cloud, whatever. But it's real. And today we got a small taste. We got approximately a 4 hour outage. If you can't access the cloud, your entire service is down. And a lot of these cloud providers, they go and give all these guarantees like we have 99.9% uptime, blah 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 blah. This is much cheaper than rolling your own infrastructure. We guarantee this, we guarantee that, and all these guarantees until it goes down. Until it goes down. So I hope this for real. I hope people learn from this and develop more redundancies and get back to physical media. Get back to physical hardware and rolling your own stuff, man. Because especially now that a lot of this stuff, like if you read about like leaks in video games, you read about like data breaches, a lot of them are some sort of unprotected Linux instance on AWS or on Google Cloud or on Azure. Somebody didn't properly lock down their stuff because they were in charge of firewalling that stuff, right? When you back in the day when you had your own infrastructure, you would have a team or IT team or a security team which would develop the firewall, develop all the rule sets and everything, and who can come in and who can come out, and you put everything behind that. So there wasn't these little rogue instances where you can like get the entire GTA source code or something like that, or all these things that people do these days when they have leaks. It just opens up all these security nightmares, right? All this data integrity nightmares. If you got like sensitive data, HIPAA violations, if you got like healthcare stuff and you throw it in the cloud, ooh, it ain't pretty. But check it out. Today we got a taste of what happens if the cloud goes down. Yeah. Yeah, I bet y'all download your music now, aren't you? I couldn't listen to my playlist because Spotify was down. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I'll admit though, when Discord goes down, I go to Twitter to see if people are talking about Discord being down. And if Twitter's down, I panic. I use Discord a lot. Out of all these, I'm always on Discord. And sadly, we don't have IRC anymore. So we don't have like an offline, even IRC is online, but it's decentralized. Discord is very much centralized, as we saw today when it went down. Check it out over in thegadget.com. They got the details. Big outage today. It's going to happen again. Will you be prepared? Let's hope so.